The diplomatic queue stretched across 3 solar systems, a carefully organized procession of vessels awaiting their turn to petition the Galactic Council. Merchant ships, diplomatic cruisers, and scientific research vessels drifted in perfect formation, maintained by the Council's traffic control algorithms that had coordinated peaceful interactions for over 2,000 years. Then the Indomitable dropped out of slipspace. Elif pressed her palm against the observation window of the Krenathi diplomatic vessel, her dark eyes widening as the massive human warship materialized in the queue behind them. The ship was a fortress of angular gray plating and weapon emplacements, bristling with railgun batteries and missile pods that could crack a moon in half. By the ancestors, breathed Captain Velshara, the Krenathi ambassador beside her. Why would humans send a warship to a diplomatic assembly? The communication channels exploded with panic. Elif's translator struggled to keep up with the cacophony of terrified species demanding explanations, threatening to flee, calling for Council security forces. All vessels, remain calm, came the measured voice of Council traffic control. But even the usually unflappable coordinator sounded strained. The human vessel has submitted proper diplomatic credentials. They are apparently here for the trade negotiations. Trade negotiations? Velshara's crest flared purple with disbelief. They brought a dreadnought to discuss tariff agreements. Elif had been studying human culture for 3 years now, ever since her homeworld of Soraya had begun preliminary trade discussions with the Terran Federation. She understood humans better than most aliens, but even she was confused by this decision. Should I attempt contact? She asked Velshara, the captain's 3 eyes fixed on her. You're the human specialist. If anyone can figure out what's happening, it's you. Elif activated her personal communicator, her fingers trembling slightly as she entered the frequency for the Indomitable. After a moment, a face appeared on her screen, a young human male with sharp features and tired eyes. This is Commander Adam Yilmaz of the Terran Federation warship Indomitable, he said formally. How can I help you? Commander, this is Diplomat Elif Arslan of the Sorayan delegation, she replied, choosing her words carefully. Forgive my directness, but there's considerable concern about your presence in the diplomatic queue. A warship at trade negotiations is highly irregular. Adam's expression shifted to something between amusement and exhaustion. Ah, yes, I've been monitoring the channels. Let me guess, everyone thinks we're here to threaten them? The thought has crossed several minds, Elif admitted. We're not. Adam ran a hand through his dark hair. Look, I know this looks bad, but there's actually a perfectly reasonable explanation. I'm listening. 3 weeks ago, our diplomatic transport, the Olive Branch, suffered a catastrophic drive failure, Adam explained. Our delegation was supposed to arrive here for the negotiations, but they're stranded 2 systems away awaiting rescue. The Indomitable was the closest ship capable of making the journey in time, so he shrugged. Here we are, Elif blinked. You brought a warship because it was convenient? Because it was the only option, Adam corrected. The negotiations have a hard deadline. Miss it, and our trade agreements get delayed another year. That means millions of humans don't get access to Krenathi medical technology. It means Sorayan agricultural development stay grounded. We couldn't let that happen just because of optics. But surely you understand how this appears to other species, Elif pressed. Humans already have a reputation for being militaristic. I know. Adam's voice softened. Which is exactly why I'm hoping someone out there will help us explain this before the entire diplomatic queue scatters in terror. Our delegates are diplomats, not soldiers. They're on board this ship, but they're equipped with nothing more dangerous than data pads and coffee thermoses. Elif made a decision. Give me 10 minutes. She disconnected and turned to Velshara. Captain, I need to broadcast on the general channel. Within moments, Elif was addressing the entire queue. She explained the situation calmly and clearly. The mechanical failure, the timing crisis, the desperate improvisation. She emphasized the humans' diplomatic credentials and their track record of peaceful negotiations. The Indomitable is a warship, she concluded, but today it serves as nothing more than a taxi. The humans chose to honor their commitments rather than convenient appearances. Isn't that precisely the kind of dedication we want from trading partners? The channels fell silent. Then slowly, responses began trickling in. The Krenathi expressed grudging respect. The insectoid Z'rell noted that humans had never broken a treaty. Even the cautious Plexian collective acknowledged that the explanation made sense. Council Traffic Control's voice returned, now steady. The human vessel Indomitable is cleared to proceed with the diplomatic queue. All vessels maintain formation, Elif's communicator chimed. Autumn's face reappeared, this time with a genuine smile. Thank you, Diplomat Arslan. You just saved us from a very awkward situation. Just doing my job, Commander. Though perhaps next time your people could invest in more reliable transport ships? Adam laughed. I'll pass that suggestion along to procurement. Fair warning, though. We're going to look absolutely ridiculous when a warship docks at the diplomatic station. Then make it memorable, Elif suggested. Show everyone that humans can be both strong and peaceful. That's rarer than you think in this galaxy. As the Indomitable moved forward in line, its massive bulk somehow less threatening now that understanding had replaced fear, Elif reflected on what had just occurred. Humans were strange, impulsive, and often baffling to other species, but they were also pragmatic, committed, and honest in ways that earned respect. The galaxy was still learning what it meant to have humans among the stars. Today's lesson: sometimes a warship was just a ride to a meeting and panic could be solved with simple communication. Elif smiled as she watched the great vessel drift peacefully forward. Humanity's presence in the galaxy would never be boring, but perhaps that was exactly what the cosmos needed. A species that defied expectations and made even the oldest councils rethink their assumptions. The negotiations, she suspected, would be very interesting indeed. The end.